Hey there, everyone out in internet land. This is Greg from Shock Theory Engineering, Sagelands Music, and I'm also the lead singer of Devils County. I'm here to talk a little bit today about the Tascam Model 24. Been putting it through its paces, and it's a wonderful piece of hardware. Just a little bit about myself. I've been producing local music throughout the Northwest here for the last 15, 20 years. I also work with some bands from out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and some lovely people out Texas way. We do a lot of different types of projects in here, from hard rock to heavy metal to blues, jazz. More currently, a lot of country projects come through here. I've been using Tascam gear for a very long time. One of my first experiences with Tascam was the 2488 Porta Studio. Recorded a few really fun projects with that. And one of the things that I love about Tascam equipment is that it's so easy to use. It's made for the musician's musician. You don't necessarily have to be a recording engineer to understand the ins and outs of everything. After I did the 2488, I upgraded to computer-based workstations, DAWs. Anything from Logic to Pro Tools, Studio One, and Harrison Mix Bus. Like I said, all dependent on the project, exactly what the client needs. You know, mainly use Logic for doing stuff for film, TV, hip hop, rap, R&B. Pro Tools for the band recordings. I've been running the Tascam US 2000 in my rack for the last, since it was brand new. My goodness, I couldn't tell you what year they came out, but it's been an amazing piece of hardware. It's never failed on me. It's never broken down. It's never had any issues. Everybody says everybody's preamps sound different, and it's true. One of the nice things about Tascam's preamps is they always sound very musical. There's something inherent in just the natural sound and tone of a Tascam preamp that just sounds sweet, at least to my ears. I mean, everyone's mileage may vary. I absolutely adore the preamps, especially in the US 2000. It's given me the ability to do my job and do it very, very well. One thing I'd like to talk about, the Model 24, if you don't know what it is, it's the new mixing and recording solution from Tascam. It sits somewhere between digital and analog. It's a really lovely hybrid. And forgive me if I don't get all the ins and outs correct. I don't have the spec and model sheet in front of me. But essentially, what it does is it's about three things rolled into one. You have a 22 in-out interface that you can slave to any DAW that you like, DAW of your choice. What that means is you can run in 22 channels separately right into your DAW. Boom. Another nice thing, you have 22 channels running back out if you want to utilize the other sections of the board that I'm going to talk about in just a second. The second thing that it has in it is essentially it's like a Porta Studio engine that runs off flash cards. You know, your little, where are we? Here we go. Devils County. These little jobbers right here. Show the camera. I could fit about 16 hours on this little guy. I don't remember how many gigs it is, but it's monstrous. Load that into the Tascam Model 24. You can record right live off the board without a DAW, without anything. Boom, right into the machine. You can then later take that card, put it into the computer, rip off all your tracks and mix them in whatever DAW you want. Another thing that this thing does is it's a live mixer board. I mean, how crazy is that? You can use this thing at your gigs, record your live performance, and use it as a standalone mixer as well, and be able to record your performances right there on site. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We've been using it for rehearsals. We tagged up a couple videos. I've got more coming this week. And one of the things that I'm going to do today is we're going to take you through some of the ins and outs. We're going to record through a DAW. I'm going to lay down some vocal tracks so you get to see how easy this thing really is. But what's lovely about the mixing section that's a little bit different than everything else out there on the market is the mixer is an analog mixing section. So it's old-fashioned. It's beautiful. It's got the wood sides, the wood panel on the board. It looks like it came right out of the early 1980s. I have an old PV board that it that it looks like it's brothers with bright colors, knobs that you can see. You know what you're doing, and if you're not into the whole computer DAW workstation type of stuff, mixing on this board is really simple. It's very old-fashioned. It's got a really nice musical EQ section that is absolutely brilliant, and we'll take you through some of that kind of stuff too, time permitting. One of the things that excited me the most is when we plugged in the Tascam, replacing the US 2000, plugged in the Tascam Model 24, I immediately noticed a boost in clarity, and I don't know why. It should be the same. It's not. The Model 24 is clean. It is musical. It is absolutely brilliant. With enough onboard effects to get you through a gig, or make some quick demo mix downs, make some rough mixes for things. Probably if I spent some more time with it, I'd probably be able to get some really nice commercial sounding results just out of the board itself. One of the other things that I do in here is we still record to 8-track tape on an old Fostex reel-to-reel tape machine, the Fostex R8. One of the lovely things about that is I can just run that R8's outputs right back into this thing and do full analog mixes from start to finish. Boom, all done. It is so simple. It is as simple as plugging in your mics, setting it up, getting your levels, arming the tracks, and hitting record. It doesn't get any simpler than this. They really put a lot of thought into this, so without further ado, we're going to show you some of the things that the Tascam Model 24 is capable of. Thank you. Alright, so basically, I'm going to get a session ready to set up. I've got the Model 24 right here. Pardon the video, I've got to actually kind of do this by myself, and I cannot actually tell what's in the feed. So I'm going to load up Pro Tools right now. We're going to start a session here. And boom. There it goes. Waiting. Waiting. I have it set up on its own output on the 21 and 22 output over here, and we should be able to hear it now. Pocket full of change and a tattoo dreams. She grew up too fast by the age of 23, and this is what she said to me: this life's been hard on me, this part of me is gone. I drink your bottle to survive. All right, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I apologize again for blowing up the converters for a second. So here we go. I'm going to stop, prepare, and get ready to lay down some tracks. All right. think we're just about ready to lay down some tracks. I've got everything filtering through Pro Tools for a monitor return back here. It's going to the control room. It is being recorded. The audio is being recorded for the video down here just in my MacBook Pro so that it's not interfering with anything over in this neck of the woods. I am monitoring just through the board. The PC returns are coming back through channels 21 and 22. I have that all routed in here in Pro Tools. To be fair, it took me a minute to understand the routing of this system and get it all figured out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some vocals for this, and hopefully I won't suck too bad. So my monitoring signal here that you are actually hearing inside the computer is my signal from the analog portion of the board and heading out into the control room. My teacher told me, son, I was never too bright, but I could make the girls scream in the middle of the night. Well, whiskey to the left and women to the right. I never seem to grow up wise. This life's been hard on me. This part of me is gone. I drink this bottle to survive. Can't stand the sight of me. This side of me she's on. I touch her body to survive. Yeah! Her mama kicked her out when she was only 16 with a pocket full of change and a tattooed dreams. Grew up too fast by the age of 23, and this is what she said to me. This life's been hard on me. This part of me is gone. I drink this bottle to survive. Tascam Model 24. Right now, what I'm using it as is essentially just a interface for Pro Tools at the moment. I'm working on some new Devils County tunes. We're going to go into the connectability and do some really fun things here in a minute, but right now I'm just going to show you the interface qualities. So I have the sessions in track right here right now. They're all feeding through channel 21 and 22 here on the main board. We have main output going in, being recorded at this moment, and we're going to play back some of the stuff that I had recorded earlier. So here we go. Yeah, fun. I'm really happy with how clean everything is in the mix. There's just a nice clarity, there's a nice balance. Just a good pristine sound. There's virtually no effect or mixing on any of this stuff right now. There's some maybe high-pass filters on some of the drums and little minor equalization, but other than that, everything is raw and crisp and clean and clear. I try to keep everything here at Shock Theory very balanced and nice. We'll give you a little quick tour of the Shock Theory studio. Over here we got the old Foss decks. What I started recording on way back in the day. In my main rack, I still have the Tascam US 2000. It's retired except for a few things if I need something for a singer-songwriter or whatnot, but I think I'm going to be using the Model 24 for pretty much everything. Monitor-wise, I've got some M-Audio BX5s. Those are my secondaries. And everything right now is going through these KRKs, Rocket 8s, so I can hear my low end. I know a lot of people go, oh, that's a rap speaker, but you know what? They work brilliant for country and everything else too. This Model 24 is absolutely pristine and wonderful. We've been using it for rehearsals, just kind of putting it through its paces, recording simple stuff, kind of doing a Glenn Johns thing with the drums, 3 inputs. Those videos that I have online right now that I've been putting on Instagram, there's 3 mics on the kit. There's a snare, kick, and 1 overhead, and bass is lined in, obviously. And let's see, what else? The guitars have SM57s on them, and just standard dynamic mics on the vocals, and they're mixed inside the board. Comes out really nice. I like the onboard compression. And what I'm going to do next, I'm probably going to do a video where we use the Tascam as the actual mixing agent rather than Pro Tools. Pro Tools will essentially just be the playback medium, and everything will be running through the board. I will use the board's onboard EQs so we can check out what an analog mix through this thing sounds like. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Thank you everybody at Tascam for kind of taking a look at us this morning. And we want to thank you for all the love. We really appreciate it here in little sleepy Emmett, Idaho. Said I've been a Tascam user for a very, very long time, and this is super cool.